In this video, I will show you my thesis concept that got me a first-class degree in architecture. I will also be explaining my thought process from start to finish, and by the end of this video, you will learn so much about architectural design and how to apply design concepts to your project and in turn design better architecture. So let's start with the site analysis. It's an area called Monmore Green. It is known for its contribution to the Industrial Revolution, and this area has been historically divided by multiple infrastructures connecting Wolverhampton to Birmingham and the south of the country. So we have this train line here, and we also have this train line here, and then we have this line here, which is a motorway, which is a road slash tram line slash pedestrian slash everything. And we also have this canal right here. So you can see how the site has been divided, and also historically the site had some learning facilities, so it's a great idea to incorporate that into the new design. So these are just figure ground studies and then land use studies. So the area is predominantly industrial, a few commercial and retail buildings along this road right here. And then you have heritage views and note studies, have some noise from the train line as well as the main road that I spoke about. Accessibility and public transport. The site has very good connection. We have the tram line on this side, and we also have bus stops, and then we also have the train that goes that way. And you also have the canal, which is an opportunity for water taxis, but currently the site does not have any. At the bottom, you have the site section. The site needs better connections with the canal and also improving the connections with this green link. And then just overall improving the connections between this side and that side, because as you can see, it's divided. So in the opportunities and constraint diagram, which is already up on the channel if you want to see how I created it, but basically what I wanted to do is try to improve the connections and make it more permeable, encourage more sustainable public transport. So for example, this is the location for the gateway skyscraper, which is already defined by the client. So what I wanted to do is to improve the connections from this side to the green park. So what we're doing is we're adding a public plaza here, which is plenty of green spaces that people can sit, and it also adds a great view to the gateway building. And then from this side we are keeping the existing road, so this can be used for services for the gateway building. There was a train station here called Monmore Green, but it was closed down. So what I'm gonna do is reopen that train station and turn this into a more shopping park, because in this area here it has a new development of up to 300 homes. So all of those people, where are they gonna go? Where are they going to learn? So you want to have facilities to provide for these people, shopping areas, entertainment. So all of these spaces are going to be retail, and also improving the connections between this site and the canal by stepping it down. So on this area here, we also have a retail center, so it would be good to have, for example, a bridge of some sort to connect between that. We also have a listed building here, so that could be also reopened and then connect that with the larger master plan. We also have, which is kind of the best part of the master plan, is the floating link. Since the site has been divided, so it is a great idea to have this link, which is kind of like a loop but more angular and a bit more interesting. So this loop will go around all of the main buildings so that you can walk out of one building and then find yourself exploring. So this is kind of roughly the idea behind the master plan. So now let's go into and see the actual master plan and how that looks. So this is how the final master plan ended up, and I'm really happy with it. There's a lot of green areas, which is exactly what I intended, and these are a few perspectives looking towards the tower and the public plazas or public green space with the floating link. So let's just take a look at the master plan. So this is the new building, which is the tower. I'll share the plans and everything for that. And then this is the master plan and how it steps. I really like how it's like angular, and then also the floating link kind of works with the landscape, but then it deviates and then creates its own path. And then it steps down here so that people can have connections with the canal. This path was actually about maybe 2 meters wide originally, which is not enough space for any benches, any areas for people to sit. So right now you have some seats and steps and then decks. So all in all, this is now 5 or 6 meters, which is a lot better than the 2 meters that it was before. And then this is also the bridge that it connects with the retail part and all of the agriculture on this side. You have to think about also disabled access. So we have disabled access to this area, and you also have disabled access from here, and you also have disabled access from this side onto the end. So you also have to think about how people with disability can access and still get the same experiences. The concept of the building is 2 towers, 1 tower for the hotel and then another tower for the offices. So this is kind of the main typology of this type of building, which is a twin tower and then you have a rectangular podium. But you want to change that typology. You want to make architecture more exciting. So a way to change the typology of the podium or this twin tower is, for example, is to rotate this part. So if that rotates and it is more angular, you have this interesting dialogue between these 2 towers. One is more rectangular and another more angular and sculptural. What that creates as well is sort of like a distortion along the facade of the building, and that creates those steps that I'll be explaining more about in the plan. And then you'll have a green roof, and that improves the natural circulation of air. The next step forward is, for example, is to add a bridge to link between both of the towers and to improve the connections between the building. So that connection will be designed with the roof. So as you can see, it's an angular roof, given a different experience to the building. And then this is the final design of the building. So the building will be designed primarily out of glass, making it completely transparent and allowing a lot of natural daylight into the building. So this is the ground floor plan. This part right here is the hotel part, and then this is predominantly the offices. The main access is through there, and you also have an access through there, and you also have a VIP access through here. So all of the services are from this side here. Trash and recycling plus bin, the loading area, this is where the staff entrance will be. You also have a loading deck. You have to facilitate a path for it because you will have a truck. So imagine if you have a truck right at the main entrance of the building, which is not very good. So the VIP entrance and the VIP area is mostly secluded. You want to know they're there, but you don't want to see them or interact with them because of their privacy. Have 2 private elevators specifically for them, and then you also have, this is retail, and these are ground floor retail shops. In every floor you will have this lounge area, providing more spaces for people to sit and enjoy the building. The main reception area is here, so you will also have from this side a cafe, and the cafe will need to have a kitchen plus storage area. And then this is a big void that overlooks the learning spaces which are in the basement. So this floor will be predominantly learning/cultural spaces. So we have the theater on this side, and we also have exhibition spaces. Here is all learning spaces, and they all share this common space here. This side here, you have pretty much all of the services for the entire building. And then basement number 1 is just the parking. So the first, second, and third floor are pretty much the same. The retail spaces are all of these pink. You have the lounge area here, and you still have the core that goes up and then goes here as well. So now the VIP space will be triple heighted. And you also have a large void over the main lobby space, and that space kind of changes ever so slightly in the first, second, and third floor. And then you also have this volume here which cantilevers out. These parts here, they step inward every floor, so it makes an opportunity to add some green spaces here, and it makes the floor a lot more interesting. So this is the third floor, but now you have retail spaces over the VIP lobby, so then you can see how this part steps in to create green spaces. So now let's start with the 4th and 5th floor. So this floor is where the hotel rooms are. So this here is now a green roof. So in the hotel rooms, we have this type here, which is the most luxurious one, and that is mirrored on that side. Then we have this smaller unit. Then we have this one, which is pretty much the same as that. And you also have a small lounge area for people to enjoy if, for example, you walk out of your hotel room and you want some place to sit. And then you also have access to the green roof. The hotel rooms remain as they are. This floor is the space for offices. So since this is an office building, it will be generally for different startup companies. So what you'll need is in the core is to close off this area. So then you have a main lobby space. So you can't access any of the offices before going into the lobby or reception space. So this is the layout for 2 luxury apartments, and the office layout pretty much stays the same. So this is the south of the building. So all of the living spaces should be on the south because in winter you'll need that warmth for the living and dining space, while the bedrooms are on the north side, which are naturally a lot cooler in the summer, which you'll need. So the 21st floor has gym/spa, fitness. On this side here is now a canteen for all of the offices, and you also have some private dining rooms. So this floor is the bridge connecting both towers together, and then you also have the bar here. And then on this side, you have the main restaurants. So this entire area is restaurant. And you also have the private club here, which is links back to the VIP reception. So this is only accessible through these two VIP elevators. Here you'll need a very large kitchen. And then this is also where the main lobby space for the restaurant is. And then this is the lobby for the bar. And then in the middle is the bridge, which is a ramped space. So this will have a lot of green spaces, trees. I've added a green space around the perimeter of the building, around the main spaces. So for example, kitchen will not have that space. So you can see there's a visual connection to the basement from each floor. And you also have this large glass roof so that you also have a visual connection to both towers from below or from the top looking down. These are the elevations, the northeast elevations, as well as the southwest elevation. These are done by SketchUp and then rendered in Enscape. This is the other section of the building, as well as the environmental section. So these are some of the interior perspectives of the main lobby space or atrium, looking at different angles. These are the floor plans a little bit closer of the different types of hotel rooms, which I'll have a link for the video of how I rendered them in plan, because I'll go into more detail in that video about the design and the materials that I've chosen. So I think this is the end of the hotel explanation video. But let me know if you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you like this kind of format of a video, let me know in the comments down below. I would be more than happy to do the same type of video for, say, any of the other projects that I have in my portfolio. I hope you are all doing well. I'm Rasha Shururu, and I will see you next time.